Today I'm out here shooting again. I'm going to swap the GTR3 trigger from my Benjamin Trail XL 25 caliber over to the Crosman Edge. I want to see what it'll do with the GTR3 trigger. But really, we just out here shooting with the grandson. He's got him some bottles set up out there. So we're just kind of having a relaxing day shooting. It's actually a little warm out here. Not much wind blowing today. He's got his targets set up. He's got a couple of water bottles out there. One's probably right at maybe 30 yards, between 25 and 30 yards. Got another one at about 15 yards. He's using the little Stoker today. That gun is the perfect size for him. What size? How old are you, Luke?
9.
9. So, anyways, you can see that most of the guns like this Crosman fire are really just too big for a 9-year-old. So some of the youth models work out a lot better. He can cock and load and handle this one really well. It's really a perfect size. He shot it since he was maybe 7, but 7 or 8. He's been using this one. They don't make this model, but this was the Stoker X-Tac is what this one was. It's been a pretty nice little gun.
Ooh.
Sounded like you tipped it, but didn't hit it real good.
Yep, not real good.
All right. Anyways, I'm going to get back to switching out the triggers here. Well, I was working on swapping out the triggers on this, and I thought I might show the difference. This is a GTR 3 trigger. It does have 2 adjustment screws on the bottom. They let you adjust the first and second stage travel on the gun. Give you a much better trigger, much more control over it. This is the original trigger out of the Benjamin Trail. I've actually got the bearing mod in it. The GTR3 trigger didn't seem to work as well, or I didn't have it adjusted as well. It didn't seem to give as good a trigger pull in the Trail XL. They are just a little bit different materials. This one is a lot beefier. You can see it looks like a cast iron or some sort of an iron metal block material, where this one is more of a narrower, skinnier stamped metal. They function the same. It's just like everything on the Trail XL. You can see it's the metal. It looks more like an actual steel metal that's been cut on the Trail XL for the trigger housing. This is the regular trigger housing that Crosman uses. It looks more of a stamped metal than really a solid metal like this one. Everything's just a little beefier on this Trail XL. Of course, it is a bigger gun, bigger cylinder, and more power. But anyways, I just thought it was interesting to see what the differences was. So now I'll just continue on putting this trigger in and see how it does. I had to leave yesterday after I got the trigger swapped out, so I didn't get to test it much. And I'm back out here today, and we're going to see how it does. That should be 5. and we're going to test out this pellet pin. I've already got a pellet in there, so we're just going to fire this one off. Let's take some getting used to. Not quite sure how I'm going to like this. Well, that actually seated nice and flush. I wasn't sure about it, but it did. It seated it nice and flush. Better than I can do with my finger. Something on there that I... Well, but then I've got an odd pellet that I'm testing. These are, I believe, called the Crosman Tomahawks. Really inexpensive, 1,500 in a container. Had a clear lid. I think they're still available. I just wanted to shoot a few and see what they did. Oh shoot! These are the Tomahawks. I'm going to start with the target on the left, the third target down because I don't know where these are going to hit. Okay, with this trigger I just pulled through first stage. First stage with this trigger actually brings the sear right up to releasing, and then a little bit more pull and she'll go off on second stage. Would help if I wasn't having double vision and seeing two dots. Okay. Looks like it hit just below the nickel. And I wasn't real steady, so that was a bit of a problem. And I forgot the pellet pin. I seated that one just as good as the pin. And I can probably see I may not be using this pellet pin much. Try another one of those. Ooh, that one dropped in. Well, it's going to go. It's a little loose. See if I can remember the pin and do this left-handed. Well, that actually worked pretty smooth. Seated it in. So we'll take some getting used to. Shot number 3. I don't know if I called those Crosman Tomahawks. I believe those are actually those are Gammo Tomahawks. If I accidentally said Crosman earlier. I still haven't Loctited the trigger adjustment screw on this one. And I can tell when the trigger adjustment screw backs out just a little bit because my second stage becomes a little longer than what it should. Got that pellet pin again. It's hard to break a habit after you've done something for almost 20 years, 15 to 20 years, and then try to change. First stage, right up to the wall, and then we'll go off on the second stage here. I say that because normally with these guns, you wouldn't have a second stage and a 3-second stage. Somebody stopping here. Okay. For y'all, I'll be coming back now. I had a nephew stop by and talk to me for a little bit. So that'll, I'll cut that out. But anyways, this is where we'll start back. That group, that's 5 shots on that group. With Camel Tomahawks. And they're grouping pretty good. So anyways, we're going to go to the next target. We'll probably just move right straight over to the left and shoot. I'll remember that pin here eventually. But I don't know if I'll use it unless pellets are just really hard to see. Ooh-wee. Did I pull that or what? That was horrible. Oh, seats them in there nice. It looks like that second shot was where they really should have hit. The first shot looks like the one I messed up on. Let's see what the third one hits. That's what I expected. Huh. I could get used to that. Really come in handy if you're out hunting. Don't have to dig through your pockets. We'll have a little bit more second stage than it should have. I pulled that shot. The other adjustment screw may be turning. I'll have to get this trigger set, put Loctite on them. Well, that was one horrid group right there. I don't know what I did. Well, these pellets just fall right in. Alright. We'll move up a target. Well, that looked way off. Way off from that other shot. Now that one fits the way it should. These others have been a little loose. Yeah, that's a loose one. I'm not seeing any smoke when I break the barrel open today, so maybe the lube is off. It burned out. Have that trigger adjusted where it should be. Brakes right where it should now. It is weird that these tomahawks, Camo tomahawks, are actually grouping fairly decent. Five shots, well under a quarter. Some of the cheapest pellets I ever bought. And I don't think it was like $5 or $6 for those tomahawks for 1,500. Anyways, we're going to switch to a different pellet. It's really nice to know that those shoot well if they're still available. I haven't seen them at my Academy Sports or Walmart lately. I think I tried the Camo rockets earlier. We'll shoot a group of Camo rockets. Make it easier so I can remember which ones I'm shooting. The tomahawks, I think those are called, don't have a label on them. They were a clear lid. These are the rockets. They're the weird ones with the little BB embedded in the head of them. We'll move up to the top left target. Hopefully we'll hit the target somewhere. Now these rockets, that rocket hit almost in the same area where the others have been grouping, low and to the left. What's this one going to do? Well, I think this gun must have settled down. And of course, when I said that, I don't know where that hit. I got no clue where that one hit. Hope I didn't shoot at the lower target that last time. Yeah, I don't think these are working. I'll fire one more, but these things are kind of hitting all over the place. Screws moving on the adjustment again. Those screws are not very tight in there. Anyways, that's all I'm going to do on those. Just for the fun of it, after that horrible group, I'm going to shoot rockets or thunder tomahawks again. Group of 5 tomahawks at the lower target, bottom target, just to see if it's me or the gun, or it just doesn't like those pellets. Some of these are just kind of falling in. Now, that's not looking real good. Making me think something has changed. Whoa. Why am I having that kind of a group? They're not decent. These pellets are just dropping in, but they weren't that bad before. I may have started gripping the pistol grip on this. I have a bad habit of gripping these a little too tight. That's just one problem I have when I'm using a gun with either a thumb hole or a pistol grip. I believe I was gripping them too tight. We're going to try those rockets again. Make sure I'm not gripping that pistol grip too tight. We'll fire 3. And if they look like they're grouping, I'll fire 5. But if they look like they're making a shotgun pattern down there, even with me loosening up my grip, I'm going to just stop. We're going to move back up to the top. where that hit. Looks like it hit low. I was wobbling a bit, but it's kind of going all over the place. But I don't think I was wobbling that much. Let's try again. Loose grip. And let the four-wheeler get by it. Up that grip. One more time. I'm going to put two more through there because I really kind of held it on there a little more seriously that time. We are forming a group at the top, so one more time, that's it. These are more uniform, they're not loose, they're all kind of snug, kind of remind me of a red fire. I don't even know where that one hit. Don't really know where the last two hit. So anyways, that's all for the red fires. Well, I don't see a hole anywhere near that target. I may come back to these. I'm running out of time. I want to see how the FX, aka JSBs, are going to group. I was shooting these the other day when I first brought the Tacticam out. We're going to try for that same target. There's a bug flying around there. Can't do much with this gun though. It's not ready for shooting bugs. Maybe that JSB hit left. I think they're hitting left. I think it may have went through the same hole as the previous shot. First two pretty much went through the same hole. Concentration is being challenged. Getting more bugs out now. I believe there's 4 of those through touching holes down there, and I pulled one off a little bit. But what's really odd is when we first started with this gun, it seemed to like JSBs, and then it didn't like them at all. Now it's really loving the JSBs as it's breaking in. Let's go to the other day when I was shooting. It was really liking the Crosman Premier hollow points. So let's try some of those. Ooh, that sun is coming through the trees right into my eye. We're going to go over to a clean target. At the Crosman Premier hollow points, it's going to be the target on the top left target, right hand side. I'm trying to get a little more serious about making sure that I'm shooting the best that I can. We're pretty close. That one was a little tight. A little wobbly here. I don't even know where that one went. Those Crosman Premiers did much better than that the other day. That could be me. Not dealing with the pellet pan. We're just gonna feed them by hand. That one there is kind of loose. But if you do have one that's tight and you can't get seated, that pellet pin, when it's empty, works great for that. Target below it. Well, before I do that, well, I've just got to mess that group up. I think I could have shot a pretty tight group there. See that? That's just crazy. Look at that group of Crosman Premier hollow points. I'm going to put one more in there and see if that flyer was just me, which I know it was. Okay, so we're doing pretty good with those. Let's try a group of field target trophies. Switching to the field target trophies now. Yeah, it's saying no to that. And of course, this is probably the out of the 15 or 20 brake barrels or springers I have, this one has probably shot the Crosman Premier hollow points the best, or as good as any of the others. I think that one flyer was me, so I believe this gun is gonna get the Crosman Premier hollow points. We're going to shoot at that, well, the very bottom target. I don't want to get mixed up on where they're hitting. This is the H&N Hunter Extremes, Barracuda Hunter Extremes. Wow, that shot high. See if it's going to hit close to the same spot. I may have had a death grip on it again. They seem to be grouping high. Yep, they are forming a group. I don't really know where that one went. These are the Vogel wad cutters. I got them on sale from Vogel. $9.99. Normally $11.99. They were $9.99. I got them along with the round nose Vogels. I just want to see what they'll do. I hate shooting up all my FX pellets only got about 2 tins left after this one, so I'll have to order more. But I want to shoot another group and see what it does with these pellets. Kind of before we get far to the left, I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to move it to the right. Make sure the reticle moved around and got back into place. Alright, this will probably be the last group. Sun setting. Second target from the top on the right, back to the FX aka JSP pellets, 8.4 grain. Trying not to rush this. Just a little bit too much second stage to make a big difference in your groups. Make sure that's screwed back where it's supposed to be.